To games, gaming, and their effects on development for about 10 years, a little bit more. So that's what Mark wanted me to talk to you about very briefly, then set up a couple of gaming stations, so now you'll kind of experience what it is to play while you have these ideas in mind. So let me move over to this side. And if you'll bear with me for like 5 minutes, I'll just bore you for no more than that. So what we're going to do is talk about why games are more than just fun. A lot of people think, oh, well, games is just for fun, and yes, it's right, games are fun, but they can also be more than just that. I'll talk a little bit about the research that's been done, then we'll go ahead and play over there. We have set up a fighting game, Street Fighter 3, and I want to set up a tournament. So here we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 people, and whoever wins that fighting tournament is going to get a $15 Target gift card. Okay. I also have over there where you see a little one, that's my kid Jay, he's playing a game. There I've set up a game called Super Hexagon. It's a very challenging game, and if you manage to break 1 minute in any stage, you get a $15 Target gift card.
Okay.
Yep. I also have Flappy Bird set up in my phone, which I should have somewhere around here. That's another incredibly challenging game, and if you can break 15 points in Flappy Bird, you get another $15 gift card. And there's a fourth one that one of you also going to get, but that one's like a secret achievement, and if you manage to do that, somewhere in there, I already know what it is you have to do, then you get that one. Then if not, then I'll just give it to Mark and he'll decide who gets that one. So paganism, right? Alright, so, and I've also set up here the Kinect, of course, we can play that for fun and all that good
You
stuff.
gonna be over here tomorrow after break Mortal Kombat?
I'm more than happy to beat you at Mortal Kombat.
You and me first round already.
Sounds good. Alright, so, that little banter that you just saw, that's promoting social behavior, right? A lot of people think that when we play games like we're social, we lock ourselves indoors, right? Maybe that used to be the case back in the 80s, early 90s, where we had single player, but now most games are multiplayer, right? So you get to play with other people, have fun, all that good stuff. So they do promote that, they do promote physical engagement, that's what we're going to see here with the Kinect. I don't know how many of you saw my kid playing earlier when it's like moving around. Sometimes they inspire fascination with history. Some games are based in history, they include language learning, that's what a lot of my research has been focused on. They promote creative storytelling. A lot of games are based in stories. And so when we consume those stories, we just kind of want to remix those stories. They encourage self-improvement, and a phrase that I kind of hate is builds character. Because a lot of times when people say, well, that builds character, it just means shut up and do what I tell you. Like my son, I tell him, go take out the trash. He's like, why? Because it builds character. But when you actually play games, you're trying to improve yourself, you're trying to meet the challenges. And so it does help you persevere, it helps you build patience, technical skills, and so on. And so the research that's been done with games in terms of conditions, right? It has been shown that games may help people overcome dyslexia and improve vision, potentially slow the aging process, help ease pain, help with MS, reduce stress, and can address autism. And the way that these studies have been done by major universities, University of Queensland, Oxford, Harvard, etc., is that they would take a group of anywhere between 30 to 50 people, and they would have half of those individuals, for example, play a Mario game, which we have one set up over there, and the other half don't play a game. And after 30-minute sessions, they would scan their brains using an MRI machine, and they would see how the brain is developing, working. And what they show is that when people play games, especially challenging games, because the brain is active, instead of doing nothing, it gets exercise. And so the outcome would be the same as when we do weights. We build our muscles. When we're thinking, our brain develops. So playing challenging games, games with stories, games that promote active engagement, they do help with these conditions. And I do have, a research here link that I'm going to send to Mark, and if any of you all want to read that, you can go ahead and engage with those tests. Any questions so far?
I'm ready to play.
How can win in the tournament?
We're going to start in the tournament in a little bit. Any other questions?
No.
All right, in that case, let's go ahead and play. All right, so like I mentioned, yes, baby?
What is this all about?
It's about gaming and becoming a better person. All right? Thank you very much.
How could it reverse dyslexia and help autism?
It doesn't necessarily reverse, it just slows the process, right? So, you know, dyslexia and autism, in the case of autism, actually, it's really interesting because autism, it's all about repeated behaviors, being, you know, always engaged with the same interests all the time. So what has been shown is that gaming can stop repetitive behavior that is one of the causes of dyslexia. They can help dyslexic people develop social skills and so on. So, any other questions?
What's to be said about sore losers? You know, like people will lose, they'll throw the game, they'll throw the controller, they'll storm out there, they get mad, they cuss, they want to fight, you know, what's to be said about that?
That's a very good question. That's actually something that I think is more a personality trait that can be regulated by society. So if you're someone that, you know, for example, here, I think we have an excellent group of people, right? Some of you might get like really frustrated if you lose, but if you like get up and throw the controller, I'm pretty sure the rest of them are gonna go like, yo, dude, what's up? Calm down, you need to show, right? You know, so those kinds of, you know, innate behaviors are not necessarily promoted or prevented by games, but rather by, you know, community itself, right? The research that I've done focuses more on, you know, games and brain development, games and language acquisition, and so on. And I should note, some of you might be concerned with games and violence. All the research shows that there is no relation whatsoever, that games actually serve as an outlet. So, you know, if you're feeling like really frustrated, you come home, play a game, you rip someone's head off in Mortal Kombat, now you're feeling better. Now you don't want to like break something. So, yeah, this happened. Anyone else?
Wow. Where did you have?
What's up?
Well, yes.
Jeremy?
How many games you have? You have NBA?
We do have NBA somewhere in the stack, so if you'd rather play NBA instead of Carnival, I can change that for you. If you want to play Street Fighter 4, I can change that for you. We have NHL, I have like a couple of Xbox games here. There's a few more in brand I can bring over if you want. And some of the other stuff that I have, like I mentioned, over there I have the Hexagon Challenge. I have a rhythm game on the DS. I have a Street Fighter Challenge over there. I have Flappy Bird on my phone.
How did the video game help control our anger?
All right, so let's say that you're really angry, right? And you want to like, you know, break something. Instead of breaking something, what you do is you play Street Fighter. You remember when you played Street Fighter here, right? When we were setting up the Xbox? So instead of hitting the wall, or instead of hitting a computer, or instead of hitting your friends, you just get into the video game, right? You never hit your friends. You know, you just get on the computer and you play some Street Fighter, and then you pretend that you're in a martial arts competition. And so instead of releasing stress immediately against the wall, you just play a game, right? And so if you're angry right now, I have Street Fighter there for you, and you can play something up for you, right? That's what you want, right? Anyone else?
Relieve the stress.
Right, in that case, lights please.
My turn.